Greetings Capricorn, and a warm welcome to your in-depth weekly festive forecast for week commencing the 25th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. There are three absolutely splendid planetary aspects this week for you to look forward to. The first is on Christmas Day, and it involves your ruler Saturn. It absolutely peaked on Christmas Eve, but it's still in an excellent angle to the Sun in your sign. This suggests that what you say is what you mean. Always useful at this time of year, but there's also a really friendly link between Venus and the lovely shimmering energies of Neptune. That's very sociable, but also gives an added psychological dimension to any conversations you have. Now the moon for you is in the very practical 6th house, but it does go face to face as the day gets to a close with the retreating Mercury and what can be the impatient Mars, and in the 12th house a very tender area, particularly Mars. Now at the heart of this week, those are two of the great links, Venus and Neptune on Christmas Day, the Sun and Saturn. But at the heart of this week, the Sun in your sign forges an amazing link to Jupiter. Now Jupiter's tracking backwards until the last day of this year, so the last day of this week. But this link is one of the best in astrology. And what Uranus has been urging you to do in the last 5 years is demonstrate to people that you're not just thorough and very hard working and you apply yourself in a very practical way, but you can also show flair, and of course you've got a brilliant sense of humour, and so Uranus has been encouraging you to be a bit more quirky. Jupiter can also support Uranus, and in fact the two are going to be coming together in an exact conjunction on the 21st of May, which can be brilliant for you. But Jupiter's link to the Sun here is just giving you a lot of encouragement, particularly if you have had a few self-doubts, you've not felt a total sense of conviction about something that's important to you. This is really saying, look, tell people about what you can do. Now, because the full moon is in your opposite sign, obviously it's important to bring people with you, but Jupiter also links very well to the moon. So I think that your desire to express and manifest your individual ideas is boosted, but that doesn't mean to say that you can't be mindful of perhaps some of the dynamics or politics that might be swirling around you. Now, we all know that the family can be a source of politics, but maybe it's something more to do with you yourself. Maybe the more psychological side of your nature is being aroused by Mercury's retrograde, and the conjunction that Mercury and Mars forge on Thursday is potent. And it's not the best of times to be checking out social media too much or getting involved in any chit chat or gossip. We all know that we're bombarded with a lot of information these days, and I think that you should be a bit more protective about your space and your domain, because those other voices or those other energies, so for example if you encounter someone who's not perhaps on the same wavelength, their situation can drain you. You're going to be more sensitive than you would normally be this week. I feel that's the bottom line. And then on Friday, as Venus joins Mercury and Mars in your 12th house, surprisingly for you, especially if you are someone who enjoys getting together with people at New Year's Eve, and I'm not saying that you won't necessarily do that, but you just may find yourself feeling much more poignant, much more sentimental, and perhaps even more vulnerable. And also Venus squares up with your ruler Saturn as the celestial curtain comes down on this year, and someone's perhaps unintended comment could just really cut through you. So I feel it's important therefore to be mindful of your personal space and the people that you're spending time with. If there are people around you that you're not quite sure of their sincerity, then I feel that this is a week where you really need to be aware that you may not be at your absolute best. But when it comes to that big plan for next year and the exciting idea that's really gripping you, that link between the Sun and Jupiter going direct on the last day can springboard you forwards in a very dynamic way for sure. If you've yet to check out your in-depth 2024 deep dive video, please see the link beneath this video. Also, if you've yet to order your personal astrology forecast for next year based on your unique birth data, check out my special offer below where you get 30% off plus your character analysis. No two charts are the same, but also you get your free zodiac, Indian and Chinese forecast for all 12 signs for the whole of year 2024, absolutely free of charge.